The 100 Fly is a true canon event for a swimmer that determines whether or not you will be a future flyer. So if you've got one coming up and you don't know how to train, race, or even survive, I've got you covered. Let's talk about the most basic training you could do, which is broken 100s. Broken 100 Fly. You swim a lap of fly, you take some rest. You swim a lap of fly, you take some rest. And most importantly, you are sprinting those laps. You are not saving energy. Another thing to do to build your aerobic base is mixing in sets of butterfly and freestyle. 50 fly, 50 free, 50 fly, 50 free, then switch it up, 50 free, 50 fly. You want to build up that aerobic base and then still also work on that strength and what it feels like to hold form and rhythm when you get tired. Finally, talking about form and rhythm, you can swim hundreds and you could break them up where you start off with a sprint fly, then work on some drill fly, work on your fly kicks, and then finally do an easy fly where at least you're holding the rhythm. You want to see what it feels like after swimming 75 yards of fly, maybe 150 yards because you're training with 200s, and keeping what it feels like to hold that rhythm and that form. That's the part where most people struggle. As far as racing strategy goes, the more fly you swim, the more likely you are to be tired. So when you have the opportunity, push out those underwaters and absolutely do not breathe on those breakouts. It's free speed that you're giving away if you breathe on that breakout. When it comes to breathing pattern, honestly, it's going to come up to you as a swimmer how well you could hold your rhythm. If you could hold your rhythm really well every time you breathe, you could breathe every stroke and get away with it. If you have struggle holding that rhythm when you breathe, I would recommend maybe breathing every other stroke. I personally like to breathe every other stroke as long as I can, and on that last lap, I know it's a fight for your life. What you don't want to do is hold that breath in and then abruptly change your breathing pattern, because it's really hard to retain that oxygen or regain that oxygen that you were holding for so long. And once you start to lose your form, it gets even harder. So send this to a friend who's got 100 fly coming up. Let me know in the comments what your first fly experience was like, and follow for more swim tips.